What's up, risk managers? My name is Nasdaq Anonymous, and I'm addicted to the NQ. And boy, is she one hell of a drug. And welcome to today's NA meeting, where we'll discuss the economic data for the week, the day's technical analysis, the trading opportunities that we took on today's stream, and build a game plan for tomorrow's price action. And if you haven't done so already, you can show your support by subscribing to the channel. And with that said, let's jump into the charts now. It's tomorrow's data. Be mindful that all times are in Central Time. And we have a big block of news scheduled for tomorrow, so let's jump into it. At 7:15, we have the ADP employment change, which is a report that measures the monthly change in non-farm private employment in the United States, excluding government jobs and farming. At 8:45, we have global manufacturing PMI. At 9 o'clock, we have the ISM manufacturing for employment, new orders, PMIs, and prices paid. Also at 9, we have the JOLTS report. We have some crude news at 9:30. And at 1 o'clock through 1:30, we have the Fed interest rate decision and the FOMC press conference. Now, it's never recommended to trade during FOMC or any major news release, but if you do choose to trade during this time, please understand that you are really playing a game of chance with your trading account, because the amount of volatility that we're going to see tomorrow will be devastating for your account. So please trade responsibly. And with that said, let's jump into the charts and create a game plan for tomorrow's price action. This is the block of price action that we traded during today's stream. And boy, the bears finally got the move down that they wanted. When the session opened, price did trade in a range. It traded in a tight range, which is a good giveaway that price is going to expand in either the up or down side. And in this case, we got a big move down. So let's talk about it. So when the market opened at 5 o'clock Central Time, price did try to trade right back into this range. But as you can see, the bulls failed and price got pushed down. The bulls tried to take price right back up, making an attempt to retest these highs, but the bulls failed and the bears was able to push price down until the end of the session. Now, the day was definitely a trend day, and trend days are characterized by strong and persistent price movements, often with little retracement or pullback. Trends can be fueled by significant news or events that impact the market. And in this case, something did happen. Let's actually look at that now. So the US Treasury Secretary, Yellen, made a couple of statements at her meeting today. One of the key points that she stated was that she was concerned about where we're going with the US deficit. She made additional statements by stating that the US needs significant steps to reduce budget deficits. High inflation is largely due to fading supply shocks. Inflation has come down considerably, but prices of many goods are higher than before the pandemic. And finally, people generally are better off despite price increases, but we have more work to do to reduce living costs. Again, people are generally better off despite price increases. That right there is more fuel added to the fire that the Fed may not cut rates during tomorrow's FOMC meeting. But we already know that it's highly unlikely that we won't get any rate cuts this year. The speculation is that we may get a rate cut in September, which is probable. The Fed has stated that all their rate cut decisions will be data driven. The data has to give them confidence to be able to cut rates. And if that data contradicts or sway their confidence in any way, then they're going to keep rates the way that they are. Because obviously, even though we're in a high interest rate environment, the economy, at least on paper, is thriving. And now that we're caught up, let's jump back into the charts. So after Yellen made those statements, price continued down for the rest of the session. And we had earnings today. And this right here is the result. But I want to point out where price actually closed at the end of the session. Let me show you. Right now, price has currently closed in an area of previous demand, which makes this interesting. This is where we've seen a bounce right here that pushed price all the way up to somewhere around this area. This is where we got our breakout, and this is where price has closed. Now, we have FOMC tomorrow, so anything can happen. But before FOMC, I do believe that if the bulls do find support here, I do believe that price trading a range. But we'll get more information with the price action overnight. And with that said, let's jump into an ES chart. This is an ES chart, and this is the block of price action that we traded during today's stream. And just like the NQ, after the statements made by the US Treasury Secretary, price trended down until the end of the session. And this is the reaction to the earning release. Also like the NQ, price has closed in a strong area of demand. And if you can see, this demand area was actually in one of our previous NA meetings to watch out for. And I believe it's highly likely for bulls to come back in this potential area right here to bring price up to trade in a range. Now we have a lot going on tomorrow. We have a lot of heavy news from the open until we hear from Fed Chair Jerome Powell. And the markets are going to be hanging on every word. As I've stated, it's highly unlikely for there to be a rate cut. I'm pretty sure that there won't be any changes. But if we do get a rate hike, then understand that this market will tank. If we do get a rate cut, this market will pump and both sides will be unstoppable. But if Jerome Powell comes out and says that there won't be any changes, I don't believe that there's going to be a negative reaction, because at this point, if no rate cut happens, I believe that that has already been priced in. And then right after the FOMC meeting, we have Apple earnings. And on Friday, we have non-farm payroll. So we have a very volatile week. Just be mindful with your trades. Make sure that you're protecting yourself, because tomorrow is going to get crazy if you do choose to trade. And today, we caught a 35-point play. At yesterday's open, I got into a position around 146, scaling out of two of those positions around 120. We did scale in to this position as price went up, and we was able to get out of that position around 115 and 110. And obviously, in hindsight, I left all this on the table. My original exit position was going to be here at 180, but I got bounced out of this trade just for price to continue down, trading into this demand area. I won't be putting a trade on overnight because I believe that it's going to be very volatile, and I believe that we're just going to chop in the range anyway. So I want to see the price action overnight, and when I wake up in the morning, I'll decide if I want to put on a trade. But remember, this is just a game plan for tomorrow. And if you're enjoying these breakdowns and want insight on trading the Nasdaq and ES intraday, then subscribe to the channel and join our live stream where me and my trading partner provides intraday analysis in real time. Our current goal is building a community. And if you're tired of missing the best trades on the Nasdaq and the ES intraday, then join the live stream, join the Discord, join the risk managers in the chat, and we appreciate your support as we grow. As we wrap up, remember the risk manager's creed. Trading involves risk and demands careful analysis and capital preservation. And we can do that by practicing sound risk management. Every trade tells a story. Make sure you write that story in your trading journal, because our psychology is all over these charts. And as always, my name is Nasdaq Anonymous, and I'm addicted to the NQ. Stay green out there. Peace.